Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate your time and energy exchange. I have a message that I actually received just a little bit ago and want to deliver it because I feel that it is very important for at least a group of you right now who are in some sort of planning phase in your journeys, okay? So, if that sounds good to you, I have a message for you from your guides. So, I am going to lay down the cards as they laid down for me from the reading that I was just doing, and we'll go through them together because it feels very relevant to not only things that I'm going through right now, but that many of you in the collective are also going through at this time. So, before we jump in, I'm going to give you a quote that came up for me today. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha. So there are lots of things that we are thinking at this time collectively and planning. So some of us may have not started yet the physical aspects of planning. Maybe it's still just kind of like a mental brainstorm. And this is what's propelling us into this energy that's out on the table right now. And I'm also going to ring my sound bowl because I'm getting that some of you need sort of an energetic reset. So here it is. Okay, let that resonate through your body and cleanse whatever needs to go at this time and allow it to go. And that's another thing that I'm picking up on is that there are things happening to us, whether it be emotional, whether it be physical, spiritual, whatever other aspects, body, mind, and spirit. There are certain things within our collective right now that are coming up to be released. And Spirit's message to you is to let it go. All right? I'm not going to sing Elsa here, but that song always comes to my mind when I hear Let It Go, right? I can't just say Let It Go without singing Let It Go. Let it go, let it go. All right, anyways, it does need to leave your body at this time. So there is some stuck energy that you're trying to move forward and to do things, but there's something holding you back. Think of it like an anchor in a boat. You're out there on this boat and you've got your engine and you've got your anchor. You're trying to rev your engine and move forward, but that anchor is slowing you down, maybe even stopping you entirely if it's really, really dug in the ground down there. So your message today is you cannot move forward until you pull up that anchor, which, translation, let it go. So whatever energy is stuck or stagnant in your being at this time, it's coming up, right? You feel it. You feel emotions coming up more strongly. You feel things kind of more in your face to deal with, right? Maybe it's certain people that are like needing boundaries set or needing to be released from your life. Could be situations, could be jobs, could be anything. So trust at this time that you are being guided to release what does not serve you so that you can pull that anchor up into the boat and use your engine to go forward, right? We don't want to be stuck out there in the middle of the water when we have all the tools within us to move forward. All right, so let's jump in. Now, the first card that came out was balance. All right, now what does balance mean to you? To me, I think of, again, body, mind, and spirit. I think about the yin yang, the masculine and the feminine energy. I think about the light being and the shadow self. There are many ways that we can create balance in our life. The other way is your three-dimensional life, your physical attributes, your 3D stuff versus your higher self, your five-dimensional self, the spiritual side. So however balance comes to you in your life, that's what we are being called to focus on at this time. So this is actually a picture of a bird on a tightrope. Well, it's probably like an electrical line. And the winds are coming through, and this bird is not phased. This is a crow. This crow sits on this wire, embracing the elements coming towards him. Okay? So I'm getting like you're the calm in the eye of the storm. That's what you're being called to do at this time. So if your world and your life is somewhat in an upheaval at this time, you are being called to be still. Okay? Do not get the word triggered came up, but I'm not getting necessarily that that's what we're trying to avoid. We're not trying to avoid the triggers. What we're trying to avoid is the reaction to the triggers. Okay? So let those triggers come up. Avoidance is not the appropriate response because it's going to keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So embrace it. And I'm also getting brace yourself, however that falls into your life. Brace yourself for whatever is coming at you because you are calm and still and grounded within yourself and have all the necessary tools to prevent anything from knocking you over. Okay? And then we move over to teamwork. Now, there's certain things in this life that maybe you have felt alone in and that you feel that you have to do something yourself. Spirit is saying that that is absolutely not the case. So if you feel alone and you feel you're doing things yourself, then it might be time again to release something within you that feels that you are alone or that you have to do things by yourself. Because basically, if you look at this picture, let's look at it. It's a group of birds and they're fighting off, it looks like a hawk. Maybe they're all fighting for dinner, right? You work better in a pack, in a group. And that is also something that maybe and probably is outside of a lot of our comfort zones. We may have felt alone our whole lives and that we have had to do things by ourselves because we have not had that support. And so some of us don't even know what support actually feels like when it comes. And we may fend off these people. We may say, oh, you want to help me? I don't trust it. I'm going to do it by myself because I've always done it by myself and I trust in my abilities and blah, 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 whatever we want to say about that. Here's the deal. You are never alone. You don't have to do everything yourself. And Spirit is bringing people into your world right now to help you through whatever it is that you're trying to get through at this time. Don't just go willy-nilly trusting everybody that comes in and says they want to help. Okay, use your discernment and trust those who are worthy of trusting. That's the message that I'm getting. Now we also have planning phase here. So it says take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so that you may turn your goals into reality. Awesome. That goes back to the boat and the anchor. Did you plan well enough to realize that your anchor is still in? Or did you just say, gung-ho forward, I'm trying to go, but you can't yet? So Spirit's trying to have you prioritize the order of things because it's very important. Again, you cannot go forward until you have released whatever needs to be released. And I am getting throat and heart chakra for many of you. So however that resonates for you, there may be some grief, some loss in your heart chakra that needs to go. In your throat, it may be using your voice and feeling that you have any power in your own life, right? Maybe you have had very difficult upbringings with very controlling individuals who took your voice from you. Your time now, is to reactivate your voice because it is important, it is powerful. And the reason that you had to go through these things is to show you that. Wow, I'm sorry. There's a lot of things. All right, collective. Yeah, power struggle is a big thing. All right, sorry about that. That's what being an emotional empath comes with. You take on other people's emotions. It's not always yours. So also be wary of that. Okay, so going back to the heart and throat. There is something very important that you are working on right now. And it is sacred. It is valuable. It's important. And it's powerful. Okay? I want you to repeat this affirmation for both your throat and your heart. It is invaluable and it always works. Repeat it as many times or as many days or weeks or months or years you need to. For your throat, I speak my truth. My voice is my power. For your heart chakra, I am love. I am loved. And that's all you need to say to yourself. Repeat it as many times as you want or need, and this will help activate your voice, your healing, your heart, your love. It'll crack your heart open, right? If there is some past hurt from your heart that you're holding on to, that's that anchor. It is time to feel it through and then release it. It was never meant to be your burden to carry throughout this lifetime. It's a boat anchor that you chose to hold on to because it was part of your journey and your pain. But you weren't supposed to carry it. You were supposed to let it go. It's not your burden to carry. That's what I keep hearing. All right. Whew, deep cleansing breath. Now, let's get into scavenge. Love this card because I think of this card as using what you have. All right? If, let's just say, there's something that you're in the planning phase of and you're trying to get something or do something or accomplish something, it does not have to cost a ton of money to do it, right? Some people's immediate response is, oh, that's too expensive. I can't do it. I don't have the money to do it. What you're being called to do right now is to be thrifty. Find ways to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish in a thrifty way. So if you need items, they can be secondhand items. Okay? You don't have to go buy brand new everything. They could be made, they could be handmade, created by you, by somebody you know. There are many things right now that you can go out and scavenge, right? The phrase is coming up, one person's trash is another person's treasure. And again, I'm not recommending you go trash digging unless that's something you enjoy doing. Go for it. But I'm getting that there are so many things in a throwaway society that you are going to be somewhere or with someone at an opportune moment where this may be something that was perceived as trash, and you're going to see its potential. And you're going to say, you know what? That's my treasure. Thank you for throwing that away. I got an amazing deal on it, and I'm going to turn it into treasure. So that is part of our collective's greatest ability, is to see beauty in things that society has deemed to be trash. I love that, right? So again, go to your secondhand stores. This may even be a building. Let's talk about that. Let's just say you're looking for places, locations to build your business. And there's one that's in a really kind of remote area, possibly maybe a busy area, but it's like an eyesore. It might be run down. It might need some work. You might be able to get something like that at a friggin' steal of a price because it doesn't look pretty. And most people want, like, what do they call it? Turnkey, meaning I can just turn the key and move right in. But that's not what you came here in this lifetime to do. You came to transmute. You came to alchemize. You're going to turn that piece of trash into treasure. And that is part of your journey. And not only that, but it's going to amaze everybody around you how you did that. Okay? Let's talk about it. Let's take it layer by layer. Let's just say you buy or rent this trash place. It's like you rented a dumpster today. You're going to turn it into a dumpster fire. I'm just kidding. But hey, sometimes you need to do that, right? Start from scratch. The building is going to need furniture. The building's going to need stuff on the walls, whether it be artwork or paint or shelves, anything like that. You're going to need a desk. You're going to possibly need tables, whatever your business needs. You're going to go find these things. And again, I'm getting on like marketplace, secondhand stuff where people are just practically giving it away. And you may even get really lucky and find a whole collection of stuff. Maybe again, someone else closed down their office building. You need all that stuff. And you're like, I will happily take that off your hands. And I'm going to build something amazing from it. So I love this message. This is awesome. Let's get into the next layer of things. I'm going to lay them all down, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this for you. Okay, so these are the cards that pulled with this group of cards. So we've already discussed everything at the top. If you're just joining me, that's what we're getting into. This is today's message. So we start with the Eight of Wands. And underneath that, we have seek truth. Embrace clarity as revelations unfold. Keep an open mind for answers and illuminate the path to understanding. All right, so let's talk about this group. I love the Eight of Wands because it is very passionate energy. It's fire energy, right? And then we have the number 8, which is infinity, success, and power. I also get this could be opportunities and offers coming your way. There's a lot of people that are sending you something, right? These are coming towards you. Good, bad, or ugly. It's coming towards you. With this seek truth, your job throughout this, or your task, your lesson, is to decipher which one of these, and there could be many, it could be all 8 are great opportunities. Which of these rods coming at you are for your highest and greatest good and will serve you the best? Because not everything that comes at you is going to be treasure. Remember, people are throwing away their trash. So you have to seek the truth. While these offers are coming towards you, pay attention to each one. Even pay attention to the character of the person throwing them at you. Not that they're just going and throwing rods. I'm thinking like pole vaulting. Like, ugh, that would be scary. But there are opportunities coming towards you. Okay? Maybe you have put an ad in the paper. I am seeking blah, blah, blah. Maybe you've put in for a position that you need to fill in your business, okay? And you're hiring people. These are all applicants. You're interviewing each one of them, okay? And so some of them are going to have what it is you're looking for, and some of them might be falsely telling you things they've done when they haven't, So pay a very close attention to this kind of stuff in your life at this time. All right, so the next one that comes up is the 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups is a tricky card because we have 7 cups that the querent is looking at and thinking of sampling from, right? And this can also allude to illusions. So if you don't know what's in the cup before you grab it and drink from it, it could be something you did not want or wish for, right? And also, because, all right, I'm going to get into the 8 of Cups because it's right there, okay? If you do sample these cups and decide, I tried that one. I didn't like it. You're going to figure out really quick which ones didn't serve you and which ones were not meant for you. And then you get the choice to walk away from them. Okay. Now at the bottom, we have revelations await. Embrace the mystery. Embark on a journey of discovery and watch as secrets unveil before you. So I love that too with this card, because in the traditional tarot, it actually shows these as clouds. So basically you're like up in the clouds choosing from something. And again, that's why there could be some sort of like mystery shrouded around these cups. You may not know what you're sampling. So again, you're getting all these offers. I'm going to try this one. You say it's going to be good. You say it's going to be cherry Kool-Aid. I take a drink and it's rum and Coke. And you're like, I didn't want that right now. So your test at this time is to sample the goods, right? But don't dive in head first, and don't put all your eggs in one basket is also what I'm hearing, right? This could also be multiple opportunities that you're investing your time and money into. Maybe there's many talents that you have or many ventures that you want to pursue. And this is telling you that they're all available to you, okay? Both these cards represent lots of options out there for you. All right. Then that brings us to the Two of Cups. I loved having this card come out for many reasons. One, if you look right where the 2 falls, it's mirrored on both sides. It goes 2, 7, 8, 2, 7, 8. So there is some situation, again, going back to balance, that we are mirroring something at this time. And this could be a person that's mirroring us, okay? This could be also just our internal balance. It does not have to be external. All right. So with this one, we have winds of fortune. Allow the winds of fortune to guide your sails, maneuvering through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. Okay. That takes me to balance. Again, weathering the storm, being the calm in the eye of the storm. I also love that protected came out. Find solace in safety, knowing you're sheltered and guided through life's storms and calm shores. I also enjoy a lot that there's a lot of water references here. I talked about a boat and an anchor. We have the King of Cups who's on like a marina there. We also have sails and boat here and calming of the storm. So there's just many references here to calm waters or water references. Okay, we also have a lot of cups on the table. So this is a very emotional time, very emotionally charged time. Now, let's go to the 7 of Wands, because when protected came out, I immediately went, oh, that's the 7 of Wands, right? So with the 7 of Wands, we're protecting ourselves. We're protecting our ideas. So this also is telling you maybe not to share some of the things that you're working on at this time, because when we leak our information, it's like we're leaking our privacy. And that also prevents those people to interject and to tarnish your beautiful idea, right? So I'm going to the scavenge as an example really quick. Let's just say someone throws out something super amazing and they're like, yeah, I don't want that anymore. And then you're like, oh, I'll happily take it. And maybe they're going to give it to you for free or, whatever the situation. And you start to explain to them why you need it, what your venture is, what your purpose is. And they suddenly are like, oh, whoa, I don't want to just give you that for free. Sometimes people get upset and angry when you're taking something from them that even they didn't want and were giving away. And now you're going to turn it into something amazing, and they start to feel inadequate. Why couldn't I turn that piece of trash into treasure? And some people want to take it back. So just be careful about what information that you leak at this time about your venture and your journey. All right. We also have Harbor of Peace. And again, another boat on water. Find serene refuge in the peaceful embrace of a gentle harbor. allowing tranquility to still your waters. All right, there we go. So there's going to be times where there's going to be choppy waters. Absolutely. There's nothing we can do about that, right? There's going to be times where the wind is too strong for us and it's brisk on our face and we can't walk forward. That's calling you to be still and to calm yourself. All right, moving on to this next one, which is the Eight of Cups. So we did kind of loop off of that from the Seven of Cups. You have now realized what you don't want in your life. That's exactly what the Eight of Cups is about. You have sampled every single one of these cups, and you decided that not a single one of them is for you. And you know what? That's okay. And I like that we have the Eight of Wands here. Again, going back to that, I'm going to interview applicants for something I need done. Maybe you do interview all of them, and you don't like a single one, and you decide, no, maybe I don't need to hire somebody. Maybe I can just do this myself. So there's many things that are going to come up at this time. And again, this is part of the letting go process. This is about you acknowledging whatever's in each of these cups and saying, yep, I tried that. It wasn't for me, and it's time to move on. Even if moving on is a slow process, that's okay. All right? Maybe some of you in that boat with the anchor don't have an engine. Maybe some of you have oars and you've got to row yourself back to shore. Okay? That's a longer, more difficult process, but guess what? It's more satisfying. So, however that resonates for you, underneath this, we have higher wisdom. Explore options, learn what you can, and expand your horizons. Again, another water, boat, shore reference here. So learn what you can. It's okay to sample all these cups because you need to know what's out there and you need to figure out what is for you and what is not. And that is the best way to learn and move forward and to go towards the things that you really do want. It's so interesting that one of my philosophies on life is I feel like when we were born and go through our lives and go through our lessons, we're not taught the correct way to do things or the right way or anything of that nature. No. I feel like our book of learning is based on the things that we're shown and taught what not to do. It shows us the things we don't like. It shows us the type of people we don't wish to share our energy with, okay? The types of scenarios that we don't wish to be stuck in. So, sample the cups. Embrace the opportunities that come towards you. But just know that they're not all going to be for you, and it is up to you to trust your intuition and use your discernment to walk away from those that don't serve your highest good. All right? And now I'm also getting with this, going back to the Eight of Wands and even the Seven of Cups, that there may be wolf in sheep's clothing, okay, may present themselves as a beautiful golden opportunity. Here is exactly what you've been looking for. And you may be tempted to take that. And again, it may turn into a lesson. Maybe it was your time to learn this lesson of, I thought what I was getting into was a golden opportunity, and it turned out to be trash. I am the alchemist. I turn trash into treasure. Okay? Don't expect somebody else to do that step for you because you're going to be let down 9 times out of 10. Or 8 times out of 10. The 9th cup, if we get there, is your solo happiness. It means I have gone out and found myself, what fills my own cup. And I'm perfectly fine doing it alone, right? Some of us at this time are called to be alone on this journey. And that's totally fine. All right. All right, let's get over to this King of Cups. King of Cups. Now, he's on a marina. He is in his nice plaid, sharp-dressed man suit. And it looks like he's even standing on a boat. I'm on a boat. All right, T-Pain. So he's got his hand in his pocket. He's looking sharp. Again, ZZ Top, sharp-dressed man. Here we go. There's a sample of my eclectic music preferences. All right. Anyways, King of Cups, masculine energy. Very in charge of their emotional, intuitive selves. So this tells me, collective, that you have gotten to this place. So again, it took some doing, right? You had to kind of go through the things of what you didn't want in your life to learn how to say, yes, this is what I want. And it's a tough journey, all right? I will say that. Because many of us have had to stumble through this. It took a lot of years. And that's why that phrase comes in, with age comes wisdom. I know that's not true for every single soul out there, because some of us get tripped up on these same lessons over and over and over again. And that's okay. As long as we get through it and we trust the people we trust, again, with the teamwork. So I'm getting this is like your soul tribe, right? We know who we can trust now because we've learned who not to trust at some point. And now we get to alchemize our lives and turn trash into treasure. All right. We have release and renew. Embrace the flow of letting go. Welcome renewal, allowing new energy to shape your path. I love it. And that is more water. It's like a stream there with little rocks. We also have seek clarity. Embrace honesty, face consequences, and sharpen your focus for personal growth. Okay, so for some of you who walked away from something, it's a double-edged sword is what I'm getting with this. Part of you is happy to let go something, right? I did sample those cups. I did not want anything from any of those cups, so I'm choosing myself and to find something that is fulfilling to me. So that is the release and the renew. Okay? You go from the 8 to the 9 of cups. Now, with this, face the consequences and embrace honesty. If in the things that you have left behind, you have left things, let's just say, unfinished. Okay, like a ghost who is stuck in the in-between, the unfinished business. There may be something that you have walked away from. And I'm even getting ran away from, like running away from home. Okay, I don't know how that resonates for some of you, but some of these things follow you. All right, not in a negative way, but it's asking you to speak honestly with yourself, okay? And to face any consequences that come along with your choices. All right? So, however that resonates for you, but it also says to sharpen your focus for personal growth. All right. Now, I want to get into the bottoms of the deck. For the crow's deck, we have wrath. That's anger. That's actually beyond anger. It's not a bad thing to be angry, okay? Anger is a very valid emotion. And when it comes up, there is a very valid reason it's coming up. What I'm getting with wrath, and again, this is a whole group of birds that are friggin' angry at someone or something, right? And they're all attacking. They're all attacking. There is something that you are pushing down and refusing to let the anger boil up in. Okay? Let's just go to this Two of Cups situation. Maybe there is a past hurt in your heart chakra that you're friggin' angry at, but you're not allowing those emotions to process through you. Anger, I'm going to say it again because it keeps coming up. Anger is a very valid emotion. And some people cry when they get angry. They get so upset that tears literally come out. That's like your body's emotional response to the anger. It's like, I've got to release this in some way because I can't punch something. I can't, again, whatever anger causes you to do. If you cry when you're angry, it's because your body is looking for some outlet for that anger. Okay? Most of us internalize it. And sadly, that's one of the things that's holding us back from moving forward. So just be careful with that. All right? If sadness comes up, embrace the sadness, cry it out, and let it go. That is the only way you're going to be able to move forward. If there is something out there that makes you terribly, terribly angry, whatever it is, feel that anger. Trust it. It's coming up for a reason. But don't hold on to it, right? Let it go. I'm not going to sing again. All right, next bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Swords. So in a very recent previous reading I had, this card did come up. And there was something that we were unwilling to look at. And there was something that maybe we have not looked at in a long time. Okay? Could be our emotional state. It could be many things that are coming up that we don't understand. Why am I angry about this? Why am I sad about this? I don't understand. So I'm just going to shove it down and not look at it. All right? The truth is out there. So again, with this, embrace honesty and face consequences. So many of us have done this, I'm going to walk away from a situation, but now don't want to look back at it and see kind of the rubble that's left after the destruction. Okay? I'm going to use an example. Let's say you got divorced and you left the home and there are kids. Maybe the kids are not doing so well. Maybe it's time to see how they're doing. Okay? It's good that you got away from maybe not a good marriage or whatever the situation was, and you're doing better. But there's always, for every action, there is an equal but opposite reaction. Consequences. So Spirit is asking you, in a balanced manner this time, okay, to look at something that you've been too scared to look at. All right? It's not going to go away. It's going to keep coming back. And every time it comes back, it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like a knock at the door. It might start off very lightly, like, hey, I'm here, acknowledge me, okay? Next time, it might be like, hello, is anybody home? Next time, it's going to be like, doo, 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 hello? And then maybe they'll come back with the battering ram with the police and the FBI, who knows? But it's not going to go away, all right? So whatever it is that you've been unwilling to look at and face, and because there's water in the background, emotions, swords could also be communication and thoughts, okay? So maybe your thoughts are driving you crazy right now because your emotions are too strong and you're just like, I can't think that, I can't feel that, I can't do that, blah, blah, whatever the reason is, all right? All right, next one, bottom of the deck. For these cards, we have Harmony's Call, okay? Embrace equality and pursue justice. Keep an open mind as answers unveil your path to balance. So I like this card because it's actually those rocks, the balancing rocks, and there's got a little heart in there, but it's upside down. So maybe some of us are afraid to jump into that deep water, and that's okay. But by embracing, what did I say? E-bracing? And pursuing justice, okay? Again, maybe in a situation that was unfair. Maybe it wasn't you that left. Maybe it was you that was left behind. And you were left to pick up the pieces, the shambles. Again, to make trash into treasure, right? Know that justice and equality are here for you. Now, it does say to actively pursue justice. So if you feel that there's been some situation in your life that's been unfair, that's been unequal, right? Unbalanced, you are being called to pursue justice on that situation. Is it a spiritual battle that you've been involved in? Maybe somebody's spiritually attacking you for no reason. You've done nothing to them. Call spiritual justice. Maybe it is a legal matter. Okay, somebody stole money from you or whatever the situation is. Call a lawyer. Call the law. Again, that battering ram with the FBI. Hello. Whatever it is in your life that needs balance, you're being called to do that at this time. All right, I'm going to close this out with some spirit messages. All right, so this has been a beautiful reading, you know. They don't always come out that way. I will say, too, that when I look at the cards, I look at what's here, but I also look at what's missing. So we have a lot of wands and cups, which is emotions for the cups anyways. And it could also be your intuition. It could be your relationships. Maybe your relationships with yourself. Maybe relationships with others. With wands, it's fire energy, very passionate, okay? So there's something that we're going towards, working at with our passions, okay? It's very fast-moving energy, both of these. What is missing? We're missing swords. Well, the swords was at the bottom of the deck. But it's kind of like the underlying thing. So our underlying energy is sword energy, right? But there is no earth energy here at all. No pentacles. Which tells me that because we're in the planning phase, we haven't got to that physical aspect yet, okay? So it is very intuitive and passionate at this time because it's a thought process. It's not yet made into real life material things yet. But you're getting there, okay? All right, Spirit, what closing messages do you have? Thank you. If it is meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. All right. So now we have let it go, let it be, let it flow, and let it come to you. This is not about you chasing after anything. With the teamwork especially, I'm hearing that your tribe's going to find you. How do they find you? Let your freak flag fly. Be your authentic self. That's how you find your team. All right. What else, please? Okay, that one. Accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes it easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready. Love it. So again, with these opportunities and offers that are coming at you, maybe nothing has come towards you yet, but it's on the way. And Spirit is saying, be ready, because sometimes they're unexpected. Maybe you meet a stranger at a grocery store. I don't know where you guys shop, but you're in an aisle buying chips, and there's a person there that's like, ooh, I like what you're wearing today. And you're, dressed maybe eclectically or something. And you're like, oh, thanks. I love dressing weird and unusual. And the person's like, oh, what kind of things do you like to do? And you're like, well, I do art. And they're like, oh, I'm looking for an artist. Like weird things like that. So we don't always know how these opportunities and offers are going to come to us. So have that elevator speech ready, is what I'm being told to tell you. Your elevator speech is your 30 seconds to a minute speech, like a spiel you give people about yourself and what you are and what you offer, right? And have that ready, because you're going to meet the right person at the right time. Divine timing. You are feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that is coming your way. Trust your instincts and do what they're telling you to do, and you'll be able to learn a lot about yourself and the direction that you want to take in your life. All right, so with that, that's going back to these Eight of Wands. Again, use your discernment. You're going to know what's real and what's for you and what's not. All right, because you've already sampled these cups. You know what's not for you. You know what is. You're going to get away from the things that are not. Okay, thank you. Oh, there we go. Last few. You're so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. I love that. Want to know why I love that? Because I just got done saying that we're releasing some stuff. We're empowering ourselves with our voice. We're grieving and letting go of old situations. And guess what? That's opening up the door, or doors, multiple doors of possibilities of new things to come in. You gotta let go, okay? Drop that anchor. Even if it means leaving that anchor in the ocean and being like, I can't bring it up. It's buried too deep. I just got to cut that line. Cut the cord, right? When a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. It's closed for a reason. You are being redirected to something far bigger and better. Endings are part of the cycle of life. They make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. There you go. So don't go pounding on those doors that aren't meant for you. Okay? It's okay to knock on doors, right? I'm not totally swaying you away from knocking on any doors of opportunity. But what I'm saying is it shouldn't be difficult, right? If a door doesn't open, don't keep pounding and beating on it. It's just not for you, or it's not the right time. Maybe that door will open later down the line. Maybe it needs you to release that anchor first. All right, last one. Trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to, all in divine timing. Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it. Okay. I laugh because divine timing is fun. It's totally fun, right? We don't always know divine timing. So, part of that is trusting in divine timing, right? Giving up the control or the need to control things, okay? We're leaning more on our intuitive side and our passionate side, and knowing that the material is going to come with this, okay? It's not here yet because we're still planning something. But guess what? Once we know which doors will open and won't, and which ones are meant for us or not, we still have to make the choice to go through the threshold of the door. You may knock on a door, it opens, it's the one for you, but you're too scared to go through it. Trust yourself. Okay? Fear might be one of the things you got to leave behind. And again, that could come from your voice. Maybe you're afraid to speak up. Maybe you're afraid that you won't be accepted in whatever it is you're doing. Okay? I'm getting imposter syndrome too. So I want you to remember this. Spirit has your back. Your guides, your ancestors, all your benevolent light beings all have your back. You are protected during this. There is nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. And what is fear? False evidence appearing real. I've also mentioned that on a recent reading. So be careful of that, because it will hold you back. And it's going to feel like an anchor in your boat where you can't go anywhere. Okay? You don't want to be a Gilligan's Island crew out there stranded on a desert island with little resources or food or whatever. All right, collective. That is your message for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. Make sure you go within so you never go without. Make sure you're filling your own cup up with love before you fill someone else's up. Keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. Take care, everybody. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and love. Always love. All right, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.